Welcome to Sketching in Clay, and I got something special for you guys. A nice cool little concept piece here where we're going to talk about the creativity, having fun, enjoying it, as well as some good inspirational and mindset training on spreading yourself too thin. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Let me know what you guys think, and we're going to get started.
Alright, so here we go. We're going to have some fun. As you can see, I started out just using water-based clay for this. However, you can use any medium that you like, that you're comfortable with, and just start building up some shapes, or do like I did and just throw a couple blobs down on your board and just start building up some shape and seeing what kind of forms come out for you. That's what I did with this one. For this, what I want to create is a character that's going to resemble either an octopus or a spider, if you prefer. And the visualization that I'm going to kind of build is I just want you to create something that has a bunch of arms or legs or tentacles, anything along that line. Now, I started with, creating a head and then building around that. However, you can start any way you like. Remember, this is your piece, and I want you to make sure that you're having fun the entire time. So, getting started, I want you to start building out some legs. And the metaphor that I want you to visualize while you're doing this is each one of these arms or legs is an area of your life. And as you're putting them down, I want you to start out with just having them really strong and outstretched. Stretch them out in all directions. It's going to look a little uncomfortable, but that's where we're going to begin with this. And think about each one of these legs as your life and where you feel you might be spreading yourself. Some areas you're spreading yourself far. And I found that sometimes we spread ourselves in so many different ways and directions and thin that our lives become hard, both mentally and physically. So, with doing this project, I chose an octopus or a spider just because they have 8 tentacles or legs, but you can create as many or as little as you like, depending on how you feel. So, as you're creating, and as you can see here, I'm still kind of playing with the head, but I'm also starting to build out these tentacle things, arms. And as you create each one, tie one to an area of your life and think about how important it is and how you feel about it. How amazing it is or how stressed it makes you. So, for example, you can think about maybe you feel that you have one arm wrapped around your family and one of these arms wrapped around your friends, and then 2 arms wrapped around your job. Maybe you feel a little overwhelmed or upset or stressed. And then maybe a couple more arms around all of the chores and errands and other things that you might have to do. And as you're creating these, think about what little things that you can kind of do to improve some of these areas, or some of the areas that are causing you the most stress. Are you able to cut back a little bit at work? Or even mentally, to where you don't allow work to come home with you and cause more problems in other areas of your life. If you're in a space to where you only have limited time with your family, what can you do to make sure that every one of those moments means just the world to you? And as you're thinking about this, also consider other kinds of solutions that'll help bring these areas closer together so you're not so stretched out. When you visualize, if you were to visualize an octopus, think about how they look in the water and how they're really close and they're kind of balled up. And then compare that to what you think it would look like if all those tentacles are spread out and stretched, and how much more uncomfortable that makes them. So think about how you can maybe bring a couple of your arms a little closer together or touching, symbolizing, stronger times with your family. And then maybe how can you wrap those two tentacles that you have resembling or symbolizing your work life and your job, and how you can use those to kind of wrap around and support your life and your family. You know, is there a way to look at your job and say that I don't have to go here, but rather I get to go to this job. And because I choose to go to this job, it underwrites me and how I can create, and it allows me to create this lifestyle with my family so that I can actually make these amazing moments. And if you're able to do that little mind shift, you're no longer in a place to where you're forced to go here, but rather you get to go here, and it allows you to create this amazing other stuff. And it makes it a little more easier to kind of digest and enjoy the work or the job that you have. You know, start thinking about things in those ways, and how you can make, you know, stronger connections that'll help support other areas of your life so that you're not so stretched out and tensed in a million different directions. Another thing to kind of think about is how can you make them stronger? Going back to the last one right here, you can kind of see I'm starting to build out those legs and kind of wrap them together, kind of building them to make them stronger. Just like what I just explained. However, how can you also make some of these tentacles a little bit thicker? How can you make them a little bit stronger? Just like your muscles and going to the gym and working out. If you are able to flex these in a more consistent way, you'll be able to build them up and make these bonds stronger. And on the same thing, is there any of them that are a little bit weaker and may need a little extra love? Or do you have some that are kind of weak and may actually need to be cut off or destroyed? Are there any areas in your life that you see that may be infected that you need to get rid of or work on getting rid of? And then look at the length that you're making some of these tentacles. Are there some of them some things in your life that you hold far away, but you're still kind of grabbing on? And or is there any of them that are a little bit shorter that you're keeping really close and holding on too tight? Hopefully you guys are having fun and enjoying this, but my real hope for this is that you can have fun with this project and even learn a little bit along the way. So have fun with the exercise, find, your inner creativity, and either have fun with it and just enjoy the process, no stress, no worries about how it's going to turn out. And then if you decide to visualize and kind of be inspired by the symbolism I have in here and the mindset, then after you finish this piece, you can either look at the photo or you can save the piece, and it'll be a piece that you can look at and have some amazing memories. And it'll also kind of bring back all of these concepts, and hopefully it'll be able to help you to push yourself to become the very best you that you can be. So here I got quite a few things kind of going on. I've moved the tentacles around. They kind of started out a little more stretched out, but as you can see, the ones in the back kind of loosened up. They're a little more relaxed. They're not as, everywhere. The couple on the side are, started to kind of wrap up and wind up together to kind of strengthen them. And the ones in the front are just kind of playful, and you can see the character got happy. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think, and I hope that you guys will share what you guys create. Have fun, enjoy it, and again, don't worry about the outcome. Just enjoy the process. If you guys have any questions, please let me know, and keep an eye out for the next episodes.